Man, I haven't slept in like 3 days. I'm so tired. I have this test in an hour. Maybe I have time to take a little nap.
The general population often experiences sleep deprivation to some degree. Does sleep deprivation actually have an effect on our brain and behavior? We have found several studies that sleep deprivation impairs a variety of psychological functions. However, we will focus primarily on the effects sleep deprivation has on attention, memory, and our overall sleep cycle.
Whoa, where am I? I thought I fell asleep. Oh my gosh, that's a test.
As you can see, this can have significant effects on our attention. Most studies measure attention by using the psychomotor vigilance task, or PVT, which involves a high demand of sustained attention. One study found that after repeated nights of only 3 to 6 hours of sleep each night, there were significant increases in lapses of attention on the PVT. But why does our ability to maintain attention decrease so much? The PVT revealed that the neural mechanisms of attention are most sensitive to our lack of sleep. They found that specific areas in the brain that are important to attention, such as the prefrontal cortex, posterior association cortices, and tectum, become less active due to lowered neural activity. The ability to suppress neural activity in the visual cortex is also impaired. This results in weaker selective attention and higher susceptibility to distraction. Because we are easily distracted, we are unable to fully understand potential consequences when making a decision or completing a task. This is due to low activity in the prefrontal cortex as well. As a result, our executive function is inaccurate as we resort to more basic ways to make decisions. Research has also found increased activation in the thalamus, which they believe to be a compensatory mechanism for reduced arousal level during sleep deprivation. Perhaps this is evidence of neuroplasticity in the brain.
Memory is also hindered by sleep deprivation. It can have significant effects on our ability to not only store memories, but to also form new ones. The results of one study demonstrated that deep sleep before learning allows for optimal hippocampal activity, which benefits memory encoding. However, lack of sleep compromises the neural capacity for creating new memories. Sleep deprivation after acquisition of memories results in poor subsequent retention, which means that memories are not able to be stored long enough to be encoded so that they may be processed into our memory. It was also found that lack of sleep prevents consolidation of memories. Memory consolidation refers to a process where a memory becomes stable after the initial acquisition. Researchers also found that recall accuracy is significantly decreased after rapid eye movement or REM deprivation, which can explain why someone can't remember the answers during an exam.
Lastly, sleep deprivation greatly affects our sleep cycle. Our sleep-wake cycles are regulated by an internal timing mechanism called the circadian clock, meaning 24 hours. It is thought to be a function of the suprachiasmatic nuclei, or SCN, of the medial hypothalamus. It is believed to be connected to the optic nerve because it uses light information from the photosensitive ganglion cells in the retina to determine the time of day. Lesions in the SCN disrupts the circadian rhythm, including sleep-wake cycles. Naturally, there are times of the day where we feel drowsy, like the after-lunch slump, usually around 2 p.m., but those who have regular sleep schedules are less likely to feel the effects as harshly as those who are sleep-deprived. College students typically have irregular sleep patterns, usually sleeping significantly less during the week and more during the weekend. Bedtimes and rise times are also delayed on the weekends. This irregularity can lead to daytime sleepiness. Naps can either help or hinder regularity, depending on their timing and how long they last.
Oh my gosh, what time is it? I'm late to my exam.
It is also important to note that when people don't obtain a sufficient amount of REM sleep, they will spend a higher percentage of the night in REM when they finally do get to sleep, which means that they will experience more vivid dreams, maybe even nightmares.
On the other hand, after a period of deprivation has ended, much of the missed sleep can be regained. As Pinnell found, in particular, there's a higher proportion of slow-wave sleep, which seems to serve the main restorative function. So in the end, sleep deprivation can make us a more efficient sleeper. These are some of the effects that sleep deprivation can have on our brain and behavior. However, studies have shown that other factors can also influence our brain and behavior as well. So how do you think we can differentiate the effects of sleep deprivation from stress or other environmental factors?